Hi everybody! Today's video is your Third Culture Kid TCK jargon cheat sheet. So all the terms, what they mean, what you need to know to understand the literature and what people are talking about. So first up, TCK, Third Culture Kid, definition means any person, any age, who before the age of 18 spent a significant amount of time outside their passport country with their family. So went outside their country with their family because of mum and dad's job or study or whatever. That's a pretty narrow definition. Generally, these are people who expected to return to their passport country at some point, whether that was after they finished school, whether that was the family expected to go for a couple of years and come back, even if they didn't end up going back. That's the TCK, that's the Third Culture Kid. There's a lot of talk about expanding that definition to include other people with different cross-cultural or international experiences. I actually am not one of those people. The reason is there's another term that already exists to include all of those different experiences, and that's Cross Cultural Kid, or CCK. A CCK is anybody who has had any kind of cross-cultural experience as a child before the age of 18. So that's anybody who has interacted meaningfully with more than one culture before they turn 18. There's lots of ways that can happen. So this could be someone who is a dual or multinational, so they hold more than one passport, someone who has immigrated or whose family immigrated before they were even born, and so they grew up raised with more than one culture. Or they're part of a minority group within a mainstream majority culture. They're borderlanders, they live in a people group that spans several countries. They're transracially, transculturally, transnationally adopted. There's so many ways that we can have these intercultural experiences. The reason I prefer using this term CCK, cross-cultural kid, is because by having these more specific definitions of types of cross-cultural experience, we're able to talk about cross-cultural intersectionality, which is something I think is really important, because you can be a TCK and also an immigrant kid and also transculturally adopted. And those are three different distinct experiences. I think it's really important to talk about these different kinds of cross-cultural experiences because that intersectionality is really important. And that's why I talked about that a bit in my book up here behind me in Misunderstood. What it's like to be both a TCK and an immigrant family, what it's like to be a TCK and also bicultural or multi-ethnic, what it's like to be a TCK and also transnationally adopted, for example. It's not the same to be just a cross-cultural kid. All of these different CCKs with all of these different kinds of experiences, we relate to each other. We have emotional resonance. There's reasons that lots of CCKs relate to TCK literature, and that's great. And I'm so glad those resources are available to every CCK. But I also think we want to understand and recognize the different kinds of experiences people are having, to recognize the intersectionality that's happening in all these different cross-cultural experiences. That's my cheat sheet. I have so much more to talk about on this topic. I've written blogs about it. I have a longer video about TCKs. I have blog posts. So if you want to know more, go to tanyacrossman.com. There's lots of resources for you there. And I would love to hear what you think. What does being a TCK or a CCK mean to you? I'm a CCK, I'm a TCK, and that is not even a tiniest part of who I am. I'm so much more than that. But knowing there's other people who understand these experiences and who get that part of me is meaningful to me. So I'm all about, these are not labels, these are communities we can be part of. And I'm so glad that you found this and that you can be part of this community with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.